Now that we've seen what a complex number is, imaginary numbers, there's some useful things we can think about, okay? So remember previously, guys, that if I had difference of squares, if I had this quadratic a squared minus b squared, I could factor that into a plus b times a minus b. Well, now that we know we have complex numbers, what I can do here is if I have a squared plus b squared, I can factor that into a plus b times a minus bi. So remember, guys, if we had this before, x squared minus 4, we could say, oh, that's x plus 2 times x minus 2. Or you could say x squared minus 2 squared, right? You can see here, it's just a difference of squares. So, if I'm looking at the first example here, it says solve by factorization, well, x squared plus 9 equals 0. Well, really what you could rewrite that as, if you really wanted to, you could rewrite that as x squared plus 3 squared is equal to 0. And based on what we have here, we can easily see, well, we could write that as, because this is a plus, we're using this as a minus. We can rewrite that as, well, I know that I can say this is negative 9i squared. Now, you might be wondering, well, I won't go there yet. Okay, so then I can rewrite this as 3x plus 3i times x minus 3i. Then you solve for 0, x plus 3i equals 0, so x equals negative 3i, and x minus 3i equals 0, so x equals 3i. Okay. Similarly over here as well, I can I can say, all right, well, this is some number being added to this number. And notice here, it's a bit tricky, but I'm taking the square root of 2 and the square root of 3. Even though they're not perfect squares, I'm still saying that we can square them, treating them like, just treating them like if I square them, they're going to be 2 and 3. So I can rewrite this as square root of 2x plus I times root 3 times square root of 2x minus I times root 3 equals 0, and solve for x, and I get square root of 3 of, I get x equals plus or minus I times the square root of 3 over square root of 2. All right, that's just a quick nudge of a useful way to apply complex